So the issue that we was having with Joe's vehicle is that the heater core, I checked the hose. This is the upper hose for the heater core, and then this is the lower hose. So this is the inlet and the outlet, right? So basically the issue that he was having is what I checked all the mixed air controllers in the inside and everything, and when it comes to like letting the fresh air into the car, the air mix controller and everything, I checked all of that. Everything checked out. The valves were turning back and forth in the dash as they should. So he still wasn't getting heat. Come to find out, he said that he put stop leak in the vehicle, and basically what the stop leak did was it clogged up the heater core. This was one of the hoses that was on it. This hose was clogged. It had a whole bunch of dirt like packed in the middle. So what I did was, I have a pressure washer, but I put it on the low setting, and basically I just put the pressure washer to this end, held it, and it sprayed this out. This is what came out of his heater core. I mean, out of the heater core hose. This was blocked, but now you can squeeze it all the way through, because the other time it was messed up. So do me a favor, Joe, just hold this real quick so I can just show them how I did it. Okay, so what I do is I put the hose to here, and then I put it like this, and then I put the pressure on it to push it out. So that's what happened. So now this one got unclogged, and basically this is what was in there. All this dirt got pushed out of the heater core. So then what I did was, the way I did it, because I have a power washer, there's other ways to do it. You can just connect the hose to it and do it. So what I did was I drained the coolant out on the bottom. I put some in a tray. Some of it spilled, but it's gonna spill. Just make sure you clean it up afterwards, you know, because pets and things like that, supposedly it's sweet, so the pets will want to drink it or anything. So make sure you do it like, you know, where, you know, kids are, you know, pets are not going to get to it. So basically what I did was I turned the bottom, the inlet hose, I turned it towards the bottom of the car, right? And then the outlet hose, I put the pressure washer too. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing that I did here on the pressure washer. I'm gonna put it to the hose here, right here, right? And it's gonna push out the water, push out the coolant and everything from the bottom that was in the heater core that was blocking it. So what I'm gonna do is put some towels around here. So this is how I'm gonna have it on the top. And then I'm gonna give him the camera and let him go on the bottom so he can show you guys what it looks like coming out. So just go on the bottom and just show them what it looks like coming out. You know when you're ready.
Okay, ready? Wow.
Good?
Yep.
Coming out?
Yeah. Clear.
Good.
Clear water.
Alright, come on the top so you can show them exactly what I'm doing. So this is exactly what I'm doing from the top. I have the hose here and the power washer here, and I'm putting it on the hose here and putting pressure into it. Usually it doesn't spray this much water out because I hold it pretty tight. So, and then it goes through the bottom and comes out the bottom, and the heater core should be cleaned out. We're gonna put new coolant in the system, bleed it, then take it for a drive, and hopefully he'll have his heat back. This is my method of doing it. This is not the method that everyone else does it. This is how I did it, because I have a power washer, and I figured, you know, you don't want to put the power washer on the highest setting because it'll put too much pressure into it, and it'll mess up the heater core and it'll start leaking. So basically that's all I did. I'm gonna drain out all this water. You just turn the hoses down towards the bottom so it can drain out all the water that's in it, and then just put the hoses back on. What I did was I took these off down here They just pop off. You just use a needle nose pliers and just pull the clamp back. Yeah, see, this one goes here, and then the other one goes right here. So one goes here and one goes here, and everybody knows you just use a needle nose pliers, squeeze on this, and then just slide it back. This is what a needle nose plier looks like. So that's what you do. You put it on here like this. Hold that hose for me real quick. And then you just clamp it down like this. And you squeeze that and you slide the clamp back, and then you pull the hose off and it'll come off. That's what I did with the top and the bottom. Just let it drain out, let the coolant drain out. Whatever, put a container on the bottom of the car to catch the coolant that comes out. That's for the top and bottom hose. So as you let it drain out, all the coolant came out and all the water came out. Now we just reconnect the lines, fill up the engine with coolant, run the system 2 times so the fans will turn on twice. So the fans will cycle twice. It'll allow the thermostat, once the thermostat is open, because we also replaced the thermostat on this car, thinking that it was that, even though the car wasn't overheating. And this has been a real struggle trying to figure out exactly what this heat problem was.
Life lesson.
But we figured, you know, let's just flush the heater core and see where that leads to. So we replaced the radiator also on this car. So we replaced a lot of things on this car. So we replaced the radiator. We did a coolant flush over here. We drained out the coolant from the radiator. We just drained all the coolant from the engine block. Everything heated up. So like I said, we're just gonna reconnect back the lines, okay? And fill the reservoir with more coolant and the radiator, and then start the motor and go from there. Hopefully we get the heat back, man. I'm really hoping that the heat comes on after this. I'm really hoping. And make sure the valve is at the 9 o'clock position here, because the 12 o'clock position is locked, it's closed, and 9 o'clock position is open. So make sure it's at the open position, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is reconnect everything and then catch back the video for you guys, and hopefully we'll have heat. Please, I hope we have heat. All right, so got all the hoses back on. Both hoses back on. Put the clamps back on. See if I can get you guys a better view of what it looks like. These are the 2 hoses right here. You just use the needle nose pliers and pull those 2 clamps back, and then just pull up those 2 hoses, and that's it. So now what I did was I slid the hoses back on, put the clamps back on. Now I have this funnel kit that I have here. What this will do is it'll bleed the system, so it clamps down onto the regular thing. I'll put a link in the description for this, so you guys are interested. This thing is awesome. I think I paid like 18 bucks for it, and it fits all different types of cars, and it has all kinds of fitments for all different kinds of vehicles and stuff like that. So right now we're just gonna put the coolant in. Go ahead, put the coolant in, and we're gonna bleed all the air from the system. Go ahead, just pour it. Don't worry about that. So this right here is like a clog. So what this will do is it'll stop the coolant from going down. And then he's gonna pour it up to the top here. I'm gonna open it, and then we're gonna start the car to start the bleeding process. We already changed the thermostat on this thing. We did all of that. We changed the valve also in the back there. So now we're just gonna bleed the system, run it, and see. No, just put the coolant, please. Keep on. So you get up to like right here. Okay, we can stop putting coolant. I'm gonna pull this out from it. So to go down, now you start the car. So this air is going back into, this coolant is going back into the engine. So now he's gonna start the car, and this is gonna bleed out over air. Here's an exhaust leak at the bottom here. So the cat in the back is an exhaust leak. That's why it's so loud. So right now it's like sucking in the coolant. Add some more coolant. It's going down. Because we drained out all the other coolant, so there's no coolant like in the engine. So this is going to take the coolant into the motor. That's enough. So you see that? It's the bubbles coming up, bleeding. So when the fan will come on the first time, it'll open the thermostat, the coolant will go into the engine, this will drop again, and then you wait again one more time for the engine to cycle, for the car to turn, for the thermostat to open again, and then it will cycle one more time, and then after 2 times of cycling, then you can turn it off and you can drive the car regularly, and it should be good to go. So right now, that's the 2 little bubbles coming up. That's the air coming out of the system. See that? It's bleeding the system right now. So we're gonna finish bleeding this out. Let it cycle. When the fan turns on, I'll show you guys, and then it shuts off, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we're in Joe's car, and the heat's working, right?
Yep, that's right.
All right, so that's good. The heat's coming through hot. He's happy. It's on high. His car has 216,000 miles on it, and it's good to go.
It's good to go.
Yeah, he has his heat back.
Yep.
He's happy.
Yep.
And it worked. So now he can defrost his windows. His heat's been out for about, what, 2 months now? So he had no heat for 2 months. So we took care of this, and now he's good to go. Now he has heat. Now he can keep warm and everything. So just wanted to show you guys that it worked or whatever. Well, you can see here that it's defrosted and stuff like that. But this shows that it works, and cleaning out the power washing out the heater core definitely did the job. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.